The late afternoon sun slanted through the tall windows of the Arden home in Beverly Hills, casting long golden stripes across the polished marble floor. Ellen Arden, still in the simple navy dress she'd worn to court, her blonde hair slightly tousled from the drive home, pushed open the front door and stepped inside. The house was quiet, almost too quiet. No children's laughter echoing from the playroom. No housekeeper bustling about, just the faint tick of the grandfather clock in the hall. She set her purse down on the entry table with a soft thud and leaned against the door for a moment, closing her eyes. The judge's gavel still rang in her ears. The declaration of death is hereby rescinded. Ellen Wagstaff Arden is alive and restored to all legal rights and privileges. Simple words, but they had felt like a miracle. 5 years lost at sea, 5 years presumed gone forever, and now, officially, back. But back to what? Her mind wandered to the island. That speck of paradise turned prison, the endless blue horizon, the crash of waves that drowned out her sobs in the early days. Stephen, Adam, as she'd called him to protect his identity, had been her lifeline. A botanist, stranded like her, with his gentle humor and survival skills. They'd built a shelter from palm fronds, fished with handmade spears, shared stories under starlit skies. But always, in her heart, it was Nick she longed for. Nick, with his easy charm and that voice that could melt ice. Ellen walked slowly into the living room. The furniture was the same, yet different. New throw pillows in a shade of coral she would never have chosen. A modern abstract painting over the fireplace, where a serene seascape used to hang. Signs of another woman's touch. She sank onto the sofa, kicking off her heels, and let her head fall back. The scent of Bianca's perfume lingered faintly in the air, a subtle reminder of the life that had filled this space in her absence. The doorbell chimed. She didn't move at first. Then, with a small sigh, she rose and opened the door. Before she could answer, the front door burst open. 2 small whirlwinds, little Maggie and Timmy, raced in, cheeks flushed, trailed by Nick's mother, her silver hair pinned neatly, a basket of groceries in hand. "Mommy!" Maggie cried, launching herself at Ellen's legs. Timmy followed, clutching a drawing of a family, stick figures under a sunny sky, with an extra tall one labeled Mom. Ellen dropped to her knees, enveloping both children in her arms. Tears stung her eyes as they clung to her, babbling about school and ice cream and how Grandma let them stay up late to watch cartoons. Maggie's hair smelled of strawberries, Timmy's small hands sticky from candy. "Look what I made!" Timmy thrust the drawing forward. "That's you, back from the ocean." Ellen's heart swelled. "It's beautiful, sweetie. We're all together now." Nick's mother hovered in the doorway, her eyes misty. "I'll just put these away," she murmured, slipping into the kitchen. When the children finally released her and scampered off to the kitchen for cookies, Ellen stood. She looked at Nick, really looked, and felt something shift inside her. The years apart had changed them, but the core remained. "Stay for dinner," she said quietly. "Just dinner. We'll see what happens after that." Nick nodded, his smile genuine this time. "Dinner sounds perfect. I'll help set the table, like old times." As the sun dipped lower, painting the room in warm amber, the family gathered in the dining room. Laughter filled the air as Nick juggled oranges for the kids, Ellen tossing salad with fresh herbs from the garden. Stories flowed. Ellen shared tame tales from the island, building sandcastles bigger than houses, while Nick recounted funny mishaps from his architecture projects, like the time a client insisted on a rooftop pool shaped like a martini glass. After dinner, as the children nodded off in front of a flickering TV, Nick and Ellen sat on the porch swing, a blanket draped over their laps. The city lights twinkled below, a sea of stars on Earth. "I miss this," Nick said softly. "Us, talking about nothing and everything." "Me too." Ellen leaned her head on his shoulder. "But we can't ignore the rough parts. Therapy, maybe, for all of us." "Whatever it takes." He kissed her forehead. "I'm not letting go this time." The road ahead would be messy, full of awkward explanations and old jealousies and new beginnings. Bianca stopped by the next day to say goodbye, graceful as ever, hugging the children and wishing Ellen well. Stephen called from his new life in academia, offering closure. No hard feelings. Weeks turned to months. Family outings to the beach, where Ellen taught the kids to build proper sand forts. Nick's designs, incorporating tropical motifs, inspired by her stories. Laughter replaced silence. Love mended the cracks. And maybe, just maybe, something's gotta give. But this time, it gave in the right direction, blooming into a second chance as vibrant as the roses in the garden.